Spain beating Croatia to win the UEFA Nations League title and thus become the third team in as many editions to actually have won the title might not seem like that big of a deal for Spanish fans at first glance. After all, this is a side that have won 2 European Championships and a World Cup too. Therefore, you'd think that international success would be something that they're pretty habitual of, right? Well, that really hasn't exactly been the case with Spain, and in fact, even this Nations League victory comes as a massive relief because, believe it or not, Spain were in the midst of a bit of a drought when it comes to international success, and that drought was finally broken in pretty dramatic fashion when they were able to best Croatia in a penalty shootout in the final. So, of course, any final going to a penalty shootout just always makes it more special, but this one was even more tense because all it took was one miss from the Croatians to actually decide the penalty shootout. And Spain fans were understandably nervous about the penalty shootout because if you go back in recent history, whenever it is that Spain found themselves in penalty shootouts, they ended up failing. But why exactly is it beyond all of that this is such a big deal for Spanish fans? Well, first off, it's worth noting that of those 2 European Championships that I mentioned, the last of those came in 2012, and thereafter they have not won another international trophy. Now, why this was a worrying sign is because, truth be told, Spain were the great underachievers of modern football, in fact world football really throughout, since or rather before 2008. 2008, of course, was when they won their first European Championships, but thereafter, Spain were one of those sides who, despite always boasting players who were at least good, if not great, were never really able to make a mark at any international tournament. In fact, they more often than not were characterized for their lack of success than they were for their successes. In fact, their success in 2008 was followed by a bit of a roller coaster because 2008 they won the Euros, 2010 they won the World Cup, and 2012 they retained the Euros, but thereafter it was just a lot of pain. 2014 World Cup, they exited in the group in the group stages itself, and they actually became one of many teams in recent memory who have gone on to win the World Cup and then exit in the group stage of the tournament itself. In Euro 2016, they were eliminated in the round of 16. World Cup 2018, they were eliminated once again in the round of 16, this time by host Russia, where they lost a penalty shootout. Yes, Euro 2020, they were eliminated in the semi-final, where they once again lost a penalty shootout, this time to eventual winners Italy. And in the World Cup 2022, they were once again eliminated in the round of 16, and once again it was due to a loss on a penalty shootout, this time against Morocco. Now, of course, Morocco ended up having a pretty good run in the tournament, but that penalty shootout loss was not a good one for Spain because all 3 of their penalty takers ended up missing their spot kicks, whereas Morocco, cool as you like, were able to convert all of them. Most people thought that this Spain side, despite having again a lot of great players and a good blend of youth and experience, were once again going down the route wherein they would just unfortunately be one of those sides who, despite having a lot of talent, would not be able to win a trophy, whether that be a continental trophy or a world trophy. Luckily for them, that cycle has been broken. And considering the fact that you've got the Euros coming up in 2024 and the World Cup in 2026, Spanish fans would definitely be optimistic, or a lot more optimistic, about their team's hopes going into those particular tournaments because in recent times they've been underachievers despite having a very good side. Now, do you think that the Spain side have actually managed to break that cycle of underachievement, or is this just a little bit of a false dawn? You can let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us also on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and don't forget to download the AajTak app as well. Plus, if you're already on the channel, you can go ahead and check out some other videos that we've done. But for now, from my side, goodbye.